Let's do it.
All right. Thank you for joining me on this wonderful evening. I am super excited. I have two very important people on this Zoom today that I am super excited to introduce to everybody. I have the two behind the mask of PayBit Club that I am very excited to say I am a part of now. And I have dissected it from the inside out, and I am excited to bring it to everybody and show you what they have put in place for not only merchants to accept Bitcoin as a transaction, but also what they have brought to multiple industries to be able to accept Bitcoin as a transaction. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Mr. Daniel Cruz and Mr. Jairo Flores. Guys, welcome to the Zoom.
Thank you very much for having us here.
You know, I had asked you guys if you would be willing to do this, mainly because I think there's a lot of questions coming from a lot of different people in regards to exactly what PayBit Club does, right? How it does it, how secure it may be. Is it for any business or is it only for a select business, et cetera? And I think there's no better way to explain it than to have you guys both on and ask the questions, right?
Definitely.
So Daniel, maybe you can just give us an overview of PayBit Club. How did PayBit Club come to be?
Well, actually, I've been doing software engineering for about 12 years now, since 2008. In between, I joined a network marketing company, a coffee network marketing company. That was at the end of 2011 when I was working with eBay. And it was kind of funny because I liked it a lot. I used to hate it. I used to hate MLM. I used to hate Amway, basically. but suddenly, I liked it. I mean, personal growth, how do you start meeting people and everything. And back in 2014, I actually fell in one of those companies that just went away. And I collected about, I produced about $18 million in a month for the company, and we never got paid, basically, none of us, right? So what I decided to do, I was very upset about it, but I didn't want to get away from the industry myself. So I built a software company specialized on MLM companies, basically. So ever since 2015, 2016, we've been working with so many MLM companies until now. Like literally, I lost count, and focusing mainly on the technical side, which is back office, website, graphic design, cryptocurrency development, wallet development, facet development, exchange development, everything related to cryptography. Because I've been teaching how the blockchain works ever since 2012, and no, actually, sorry, 2013. And everything related to the industry, we started doing it. So, but last year, Jairo came to me and he had this amazing idea, right? Like to launch an MLM, and he actually came to me to get a quote, an estimate from me. How much would my company charge him to develop the whole infrastructure, the whole operations? Because I just don't focus on the technical now. I focus on the operations. What's it? Standard operating procedures, basically, for the company, from the finance department, the technical department, the legal department, everything in between. So he actually wanted me to do it. And as soon as I noticed what he wanted to do, I was like, dude, I'm not working for you. Either I partner up with you or I just don't do anything at all, you know? And that's how we started. And I showed him the concept that I had, because it was more a concept than an actual service.
Right.
I think back 3 years ago, we started developing. No, actually, we were about to launch an exchange, like a fully decentralized, autonomous, with AI intelligence behind it, artificial intelligence behind it, peer-to-peer completely. It was amazing. The concept was amazing because if you were a professional trader, you never had to send your money to the exchange in order for you to be able to start trading. You can just plug in your wallet to the exchange and start trading. And then at the end of every day, the settlement come into place. So you had to actually authorize your profits. If you earn money, you had to authorize a signature to us, a digital signature to us, so we can take the money away from your wallet or deposit money into your wallet. It was amazing because there was no KYC required. It was anonymous. Everything was ready to be launched. And suddenly the regulations hit us, where even though we were doing it that way, we needed to be highly regulated. So we were like, dude, what are we going to do now? And since we spent millions of dollars in that development, we decided to convert it into a processing. So that's what we use, a processing. Our current processing system is not a processing system. It's an actual fully functional exchange behind it. So, and I remember back in the days, Binance was able to support around 1.5 million transactions per second. And our exchange was able to support in that stage one, 100 million transactions per second on the stage number one. And we can like scale up to 1 billion per second, right? So we decided to do it. And actually it's been working very well. We have processed over 37,000 transactions, over 20,000 Bitcoins worth of transactions in our processing since 3 years ago. We've earned almost $3 million in profits from that. And that's what we have right now. So now the next step was like, if I was able to do it myself, because it was myself, literally was Daniel making sales by himself. I didn't have any help. And Jairo comes and he's like, imagine now 100,000 customers. How much money can we really make and how many people can we really help? I was like, dude, so definitely and I gave all the technology to PayBit Club. Basically, everything belongs to PayBit Club now. So that's what it is.
And you took the securities and everything behind it and rolled that into BitClub, right? Into PayBit Club.
Into PayBit, yes, correct.
Correct. So what's the benefit for a merchant to utilize PayBit Club services for a transaction?
It all depends on what kind of merchant. And I'm very straightforward when it comes to this answer. 99% of our customers represent less than 1% of our income. So it's the other way around. 1% of our customers represent over 99% of our income. So our real clients, the ones that give us more income, is the ones that use our API system. And the benefit in our API that you can find on their website, by the way, the benefit is, number one, we as a company are not custodials of their assets. So we are not a custodial account management system or platform like Coin Payments, Coinbase, BitPay, Bitso, GoURL, and many more. Basically, the way they work, and actually, I don't know if you can see my my board back here. So basically, when you send the Bitcoin, right? Can you guys see from there?
Yeah,
yes, right?
We can. Yep.
Okay, so you send it to their company. Let's say this company name is Coin Payments, right? So you send it to them. They hold your money here, like all your Bitcoin, they gotta hold it, and then you request a cash out, and they send it to you.
Right.
Therefore, they need to be regulated because they act like an intermediary bank. So they're like a bank. So they need to have insurance. They need to have a lot of things. We don't. When you send the Bitcoin through our system, you send it basically to a server that you control through your private keys. And you indicate the server, where do you want it to go? You can split the transaction into different wallets. Let's say that this is a wallet. I don't know how to draw, I'm sorry about that. So you can say, okay, I want this one Bitcoin that the customer sent me, and I want to split it dynamically with my private keys to 4 wallets. In Coin Payments, you can just go 1 to 1, and that's it. In Coinbase, you can go 1 to 1. In BitPay, you can go 1 to 1. In every single company, you can go 1 to 1. The only company is called BlockCipher. They are amazing. They're the best for me right now that I've seen, because you can go 1 to 2. That's all you can do. That's the best thing that is out there in the market. Oh shoot, I think you cannot see that there, right there. So BlockCipher is the most advanced company when it comes to technology, because you can go from 1 wallet to 2 wallets. That's it. But again, they control your assets. If for any reason, any government agency, let's say in Europe, they request they send a subpoena to, let's say, to Coin Payments, and they say you gotta freeze those funds from that company, they will freeze your funds on the spot. So you won't have access. In our case, we never have access to the funds, never, ever, ever. So basically there's a private key involved. We call it blocks. We call it blocks ID. And this is a highly encrypted private key that you need to use, that you need in the system to withdraw your funds or to forward your funds. So that's the way it works. That's the big difference between them and us.
Right, and PayBit Club, let's reiterate, does not have access to anybody's Bitcoin funds.
Correct.
It links up with any wallet of your choice.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah.
And you guys are not having physical contact with it.
Yes, correct. We never have contact with it. Yeah.
So what's the other added benefit? I think you and I had talked about it once before, but let's talk double spending.
Okay, on the merchant side, right? This is on the API side.
Yep.
Now, if you go to the merchant side, like a regular shoe shop, for example, the only benefit or the biggest benefit, that which is very a big benefit, is the double spending and the low miners fees. So whenever you submit a transaction through our system actually is gonna read where your inputs are coming from. Let's say this is your wallet, you have many inputs, right? Those many inputs go to one single transaction, one address, and from this is gonna go to as many addresses as you want, right? On
Yep.
as a merchant. So we analyze every single input that is coming into the address that was generated, and they all must have at least 6 confirmations. 6, 6, 6, and 6. If for any reason, let's say that you're sending one Bitcoin, right? But one Satoshi down here has 0 confirmations, then the transaction is gonna be rejected. Or it's gonna basically it's gonna tell you, please wait for a confirmation. So it's gonna let you know as a customer that transaction is risky for you to take. But whenever everything has 6 confirmations, then our next step is we analyze how many Satoshis per byte was paid in miners fees. And we analyze it with the current network speed and everything, and we decided that transaction might fall out from the system. And if it doesn't, usually right now, anything on over 3 Satoshis per byte, anything above that is okay. It's gonna clear right now. So we analyze how many confirmations the inputs have and how many Satoshis per byte in miners fees, and then we let the business owner know within 1 to 10 seconds, we let him know if he should take the transaction or not.
And
so
that's
he
important,
doesn't have to wait. Mm-hmm.
Right? That's important. 1 to 10 seconds, you get a confirmation from PayBit Club system.
Yeah.
If a merchant has a Coinbase wallet or something like that, and they want to accept Bitcoin as payment and just do it through their wallet, they could, but they may not get a confirmation for 30 minutes to hours to days.
It can take up to 24 hours.
Correct.
Right.
So, no, way more than that. I've seen transactions that last 7 days to confirm.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
All right, awesome. So my other question for you is, let's hit on that MLM side of the business. You said you came up through that, et cetera. I know Jairo came from that, and it comes from that industry. I have a lot of experience in that realm as well. For an MLM company, multi-level marketing company, an affiliate company, any online company that pays commissions in multiple transactions, right? Mm-hmm. How does PayBit Club benefit them?
Okay, that's amazing. I have a client. I used to have a client. He had 80,000 members, something like that. I don't remember. So he had to do a daily payment to 80,000 people every day. And they used to do it manually before they met me. So the payments were like, they were late every single day. I mean, literally they had like 10 people doing manual payments. So the only thing I show them is how my system, literally you click on a button, the button shows you a QR code, you just scan the QR code, and that goes automatically to 80,000 people. So it made me feel bad, but they had to fire like 10 people but they saved a lot of money and a lot of time, and their customers were a lot happier that way.
So ultimately, PayBit Club can link up using an API feed into any system
Correct.
that the client has access to, right, themselves. And they can set up to accept Bitcoin or to pay in Bitcoin in as many transactions simultaneously as they want.
Correct. Or they can do both at the same time.
Right.
So whenever, let's say, I'm enrolling you right now, right? This is the sponsor. This is second level, third level, fourth level. And I enroll someone on the fifth level, they pay 1 Bitcoin to join.
Yep.
The system automatically from the same Bitcoin can give the commission to every single one of the uplines instantly without having to do it manually. And the rest, whatever is left, goes to the company.
Saving both time and money.
Exactly. Yes.
And Daniel, one question, and I'm pretty sure that this is something that is behind everything. On every single time that we do it manually, if I'm going to divide it in 10 people, I have to pay a fee for every single one, correct?
Oh yeah, 10 minor fees. Yeah.
Correct. What about with our system?
1 minor fee only.
That's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, whenever you're gonna pay, let's say 100,000 people at once, you're gonna see huge difference. That 2% is nothing, honestly.
And the fee that PayBit Club charges is directly in line with what major credit card companies are charging.
Yes, and not just that. I mean, go to this website whenever you get a chance. It's called gourl.io, I think, or .com. I don't remember. Right? Go with them. They are very good. I used them before. They charge you 3.5% if you're a big company for processing, and I don't find it expensive, honestly. So, and they are a very, very, very good company. I like them a lot. So it's not, we're not just competing with the industry, the Visa, MasterCard industry, but also with the traditional Bitcoin processing industry. Every single one. If you go to Coinbase, 1%, BitPay, 1%, Coin Payments, 0.75%. Mycelium, you need to be a programmer to do Mycelium, 0.5%, and none of these have any of the advantages of working like us, and they still charge you like a lot.
And PayBit Club is charging only 2%.
2%, correct.
With no hidden fees.
Nothing.
And no sign-up fees for a merchant.
No, it's free. Every merchant can sign up for free. Correct.
Correct.
And that is because it is our first phase. Okay. On the second phase, we're gonna have our POS system that's gonna be extra for anyone who wanna get fancy in their system. If they wanna print receipts and all that kind of stuff. But right now we are not charging because we are implemented and or putting our system into their device, any phone, any computer, any tablet. Okay.
And I will add that with your membership, or not, I won't even call it a membership, with your affiliation with PayBit Club as a merchant, you do have a back office that you supply to them, and it does track every single one of their transactions that they can visually see, right? And so they do have a portal to keep track of each of those transactions, when they took place, what time, et cetera, the confirmation codes from the system, et cetera.
Correct.
So you're not just shooting from the hip.
Correct. And in fact, we don't call it, packages, or we don't call it, anywhere. We basically call it licenses. We bought a license, or people bought a license depending on how they want to play with our company. How they want to use, they want to use our system. But if we're talking in a merchant, they don't have to pay anything. $0. It didn't cost them anything.
Two sides to the company, right? So we got the merchant side for processing and accepting Bitcoin, selling Bitcoin, et cetera, and cashback type of transactions. And then we have the other side of PayBit Club that has affiliate sides of the business where you can make different commissions based on different licenses that you come in at to be able to share with other people, etc. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story we're going to get to later.
you know that the way that I see it, it is like we allow them with all our licenses, that we allow them to have our system that it costs more than $2 million, that is already been tested. Error and trial is already been done. How much it will cost us, that if we are a business oriented, how much it will cost us that system to have it in our portfolio to go and make clients with a system like that.
Right.
That's how we have to see it.
And the other thing I will add is PayBit Club is a U.S. based company registered in the United States to do business.
Correct.
That is big because a lot of companies are not. They're foreign entity companies, etc. And that is huge, right? So, all right. Is there anything that you guys would like to share, more that you'd like to share in regards to the merchant side or the business side of the business? I'll give you the floor. You've answered my questions that I wanted to share with everybody in regards to the merchant side of the business, right? It's extremely easy to sign up. You can sign up through PayBit Club. You can sign up through one of the affiliates with PayBit Club, etc. The licensees. I think we would all prefer that you went through a licensee to sign up. I will put links in the bottom of the description of this video as well that can direct you where to get more information or to sign up as a merchant. Really, I would just want to thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to come and sit with me and answer some questions today.
The opposite. I want to thank you, Mr. Tommy. I know you already for a few years, and I'm pretty sure that when we have something that we can change the name on the game, or we can make a difference, for people who we know and our families, I'm pretty sure that it is matter of time that we understood that we're gonna be in the same level of PayPal. And for the people who doesn't understand how PayPal is doing, they are making more than $17 billion in that industry. And right now we are the only company that is offering something like this in a cryptocurrency, and plus we are an MLM. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna be, bigger than PayPal. And right now, PayPal, they start to receiving, or accepting Bitcoin. Okay, I hope that they're gonna using our system.
Well, let's keep in mind that that PayPal or Venmo accepting Bitcoin is not giving you, the general businessman or anybody else, the ability to make a percentage of that. Nor, and I personally have not looked at their internal fees yet. It's been so new. I know they kind of put out a press release last week and stuff, but 2%. I mean, American Express charges 3%, right? So most processing for Bitcoin or anything like that is usually between 6 and above. So I would say is PayBit Club is going to be extremely competitive in regards to that. So,
and Tommy, Daniel and myself, you already hear about the background. You already hear just a half of the background of my friend right here. And what I want to tell you is that we are not just having this system for, people who wants to get advantage of a community that is already have Bitcoins, that they don't know where they have to spend it. We don't have just that system for them. We also offered a few, tools that, anyone who have a business, they have to get in touch with that. They have to put their hands in, because it's going to make difference. We have a directory where we put their stores, their physical stores, and we put it into a map that every single community who's part of PayBit Club, they're gonna be able to check any company all over the world, by city, by zip code, by state, by country. They can locate that companies that come on board into our system, and that is for free. We offer them basically, a really huge opportunity in advertising without not charging a dime, just because they are using our system.
Absolutely. And that's huge because exposure is everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is only going to get bigger. I know currently, we have over 1,500 merchants within the system, utilizing the system, and that's growing daily, one. Two, with the exposure of other companies like a Venmo and PayPal or what have you, starting to accept crypto as forms of payment and stuff, that just brings reality to mainstream. A lot of people think, crypto is kind of like the stock market, and it's not, or it's kind of like, regular currency and the trading of regular currency, but it's not. And, an unregulated type of currency is much different. And even though people look at it and say, oh, well, it's volatile, oh, it grew and it fell, oh, you're investing in that. Listen, when mainstream starts to accept it as a currency, it's mainstream, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's only going to get bigger. You can choose to get your percentage of it, or you can choose not to. And that's okay, because I'll take it. But ultimately, the whole reason for this call today was just really to get some better insight of how it works with a merchant and the difference between what PayBit Club may be able to do and what another processing or just utilizing their wallet may be able to do, right? And I think we hit on that. One, it's safer because it looks at, double spending and whether or not it's available or not. It's one directional. Two, it's very inexpensive in the processing side of it, 2%. And, three is that payment can be broken down into multiple wallets at the same time with one transaction. And that's huge, right? So I think we hit on all those today, which is really what I wanted to hit on because, how do you pick up the phone and explain that to a company that pays out, say, daily commissions, right? There's no better person to explain it than Daniel. so I wanted to make sure that, we kind of answered those questions, and I feel we did. So, again, I just want to thank you guys for your time today. It was greatly appreciated. I know you're busy, and I'm very blessed to have you take the time out and explain this to everybody so that it's easily understood. So with that, I will say thank you for your time. And I hope that, we can chat soon on another topic pertaining to PayBit Club as we continue to grow. So,
definitely.
Again, thank you for everything you guys are doing out there in regards to this.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. We're here to help.
Absolutely.
Fantastic, my brother. Thank you,
All right.
man.
Take care,
And
guys.
see you soon, brother.